It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
Happy Memorial Day to those of you listening when this podcast is released on Memorial Day. I'm recording this early Monday, Memorial Day morning, and I hope you find yourself in a good spot. Sean Widmer Podcast, thank you for checking in. I appreciate it. Today on the podcast, we are going to dive into $1 million idea for an inventor. You're welcome. Someone's about to get rich off this podcast. Enjoy. A shout out to social media and the things that drive me crazy. We'll get into that. An oh boy moment I had. Oh boy. And then the top 25 burger chains in America. That list was released. My man Voodoo Jester, Ian, sent me the list. We've got to talk about it. Find out where your burger spot is, and then we will see what we think about the top 5 and try to be fairly open-minded to it. Speaking of open-minded, I finished Severance, 2 seasons. Thumbs up from me. Really, really liked it. I did like season 1 more than season 2. Season 2 got a bit weird for me, but that's okay. I still liked it. I mean, I still watched episodes until 2 o'clock every morning this week to cram it all in. I had to be open-minded about the ending. Shout out to my buddy Darnay for talking me through it and being like, look, dude, the ending, I think when you watch a show, you have an ending in mind of how you want an ending for a show to go, and it doesn't always go that way. But like Darnay said, that doesn't mean it was bad, right? It doesn't mean it was bad, and he's 1 billion% right. I really liked it. I'm excited if they do a season 3, and hopefully they will. I'll be on that day one. Loved Severance. Thank you for everyone thank you to everyone who recommended it to me. Okay, by the way, this is the Sean Widmer Podcast. We're jumping the gun with stuff. I said it a few weeks ago in an episode that just kind of said, welcome to the noobs. This is a journal. I just make journal entries on here a couple times a week, try to do 3 times a week, and it can be anything, right? I know that the way to do a successful podcast is to get really niche, and we don't do that here. It's just kind of what's on my brain. Again, it's my journal, and you are open into it. Now, there's going to be a Patreon post this week. It won't be on this regular thread. There's going to be a little more in-depth journal entry. So there's those ones as well. If you really feel like you need to go get into some of my even weirder thoughts, that'll be up there later this week. But thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. It means a lot. Okay. I think we start with my relationship with social media. Try to touch on this quickly and why I was very happy to hit record on the podcast. The podcast was what I needed to do today because I love social media. I am not somebody who's anti-social media. I know there's so many people who are out there and believe that, and that's totally fine because I understand a lot of the reasonings behind it. And I think that overall, if you're not monitoring how you consume it or who consumes it, it can be devastatingly bad. Okay, so I see that without a doubt. Maybe I'm just more fortunate. I can approach it a little differently, and this is why I like it. I'm not in Spokane anymore, and so I don't get to see my friends a lot. When my friends post pictures of their families, I really like that. I like to see what they're doing. I know my buddy Scott, his wife Kalisha, just posted a bunch of pictures of her vacation with my buddy Scott and all the things they were doing on the road. And I loved it. I was like, I didn't know, they went on a vacation. I'm not there anymore, so I'm not talking all the time to Scott. And it was kind of a fun thing to be like, oh, you went down to California. Now I can text you and be like, dude, tell me about California. I loved it. It was a big positive. It made me happy to see one of my friends having a great time. I love that aspect of social media. I love the funny stuff on there. I love the sports stuff on there. I think it's great. Again, understanding the millions and millions of negatives that come with it. But even I fall into the stupidity of it, and it makes my blood boil a bit, and I get irritated, and I have to now tell myself, like, you need to eject. And so today, the Seahawks posted a post that I thought was going to be a fun one for me to look through, and then I realized it was making my blood boil and making me mad, and I wanted to fight people, and so I just had to turn my phone off and say, it's time to podcast. It's time to podcast. But they posted a picture of a lot of the famous people who have raised the 12th man flag. One of my favorite Seahawks traditions of famous people from around the Seattle area or Washington area, or people who are Seahawks fans, former Seahawks, former Mariners, former Sonics, former Seattle Storm, current Seattle Storm, Sounders players. And they will come out before the game starts and before kickoff, raise up our 12th man flag. It's a big deal. It's very fun to see who does it. And so the Seahawks today, as you know, we're looking forward a bit for the upcoming season. There's going to be a new spattering of people who raise the 12th man flag. They posted, who should raise the 12th man flag next? I think it's a very fun question. It's something I enjoy talking about. And they posted a bunch of pictures of people who have done it before. And so I went to the comments to see what are people, Seahawks fans, feeling for who should raise it next. And all I ran into was the idiots. Because these fake Seahawks fans or whatever, for some reason, looked at the post and saw all the celebrities that were displayed raising the 12th man flag. The Seahawks post showing who has done it, who's next, and every answer was like Ichiro, even though the first picture or second picture was Ichiro raising the flag. Obviously, he's already done it. Chris Pratt was the first picture. So instead of people who allegedly are Seahawks fans and smart understanding the question, they just answered the question with people who have already done it, who won't be up to do it again. And I just thought I was going to respond to all of them with already did it, like just trying to get the point across. And then I realized that's just me being a jerk and me falling into social media world of the anger side of things. And I just had to eject and hit record. But shout out to the Seahawks, the fake Seahawks fans. My thought is Bill Gates. I don't think Bill Gates has done it. I didn't do a deep dive on it. I don't think he's done it. And I think it would be cool. I know that, obviously there's a time where Paul Allen and Bill Gates are really good childhood friends. And I don't know what the falling out was like there. I don't know if Paul Allen, the falling out was big enough where he's like, Bill Gates will never raise the 12th man flag. But if that's not the case, I think that would be a cool ode to the guy who ran it for a very long time, Paul Allen. I think it'd be a really cool thing to be like, look, old school brother to brother, I'm raising this flag. Now, Bill Gates may have already raised it, and I just didn't see that. But if he hasn't, I kind of get my vote for that one. It's also a very Seattle answer, right? A very famous Seattle person who's not a former athlete. I love when the athletes do it, but there's something cool to me about the non-athletes getting in there and showing their excitement for sports. I love that. Okay, enough of that. Oh boy. I was going to show it on the podcast. I can't do it. It came in. There's a good and a bad on this. I'm flying this week, and I'm very excited about flying, so I needed a real ID. You can go back a few episodes to hear about my terrible day of getting my Kentucky driver's license with the real ID. Awful. Well, I needed that to come in before I flew, and it came in last week, at the end of last week. And I had talked about how the picture they took looked bad on the little photocopy they gave me. And so I had these I looked at it briefly and I was like, I can never look at that again. So I had these weird hopes that maybe it would show up better on the license. I opened my license and pulled that thing out of the envelope. And I cannot get pulled over moving forward. Really, I need to not go places where I'm carded at all, because I think me handing someone my ID with the picture they took of me on there might trigger some kind of terrorist criminal warning button in the heads of the employee who grabbed my card, where they are required, they see that picture, they go, obvious trouble, obvious villain, must go hit red button somewhere that alerts police or the authorities of there is potential danger that's in our establishment. And so that's where I'm at now. Now I'm already dreading going to the airport and handing somebody my ID who's at TSA. We'll keep track of it. I'm assuming on Thursday when I fly out, I'm assuming that I will get pulled to the side and get searched. I'm assuming that. Now this has not happened yet, right? I haven't used it for that, but we'll find out Thursday. If we're betting, it's like minus 200, minus 220. The odds on me handing my ID to somebody, them looking at it and saying, yeah, absolutely, going through. But then also I get pulled over for the scan. It is bad. It is bad. So I'm in an oh boy moment. I was trying to keep it a secret from everyone that I got it in my family. And for some reason, I don't know why, at a dinner last night for my sister-in-laws for their birthday, my wife just randomly yells out of the table, did you get your new license? And thank goodness, there was a lot of conversations happening. I kind of just gave her the thumbs up. I was like, yeah. And then I just dived back into a conversation I was having with Uncle Trent because I did not need, can I see it? The last thing I needed was to have to pull out that ID at the table and pass it around. That would have been it. So that's where I'm at right now. And I'm really bummed about it. Okay, let's move forward. $1 million. Yeah, let's save the $1 million idea for Kelly's What Are You Into? Let's do the top 25 burger spots. I'm excited about this. Ian sent me this list, good old Ian from Spokane, Voodoo Jester, and it is an updated top 25 from the year 2025, the year of our Lord 2025. These are based on reviews that are going around on the World Wide Web. The top of the top 25 has more than 119,000 positive reviews. It is the most of any of the burger places, and so that's why it ended up on 25. It's from Yelp, so and it's review based. It's customer review based. I think that's a really good list. I think that's a good list to look at. I know you can also find one that is an expert eats at 25 burger spots, and they are, they have taste buds of an angel, and so they go through and they rank them. I love a good old fashioned America votes. Here are people on Yelp saying 5 stars to 1 star, and let's see where they fall. So the number one place we will get to in a second, but I think we're just going to go down the list from 25 down. Okay. So buckle up. And for those of you who are looking for the $1 million idea, it is $1 million idea. It is coming, but we're doing burgers real quick because summer is here now that it's Memorial Day, and we're looking to eat burgers. So let's start. I can already tell you, looking at the list, this is going to be a tough list for me. Number 25, Steak and Shake. I don't know enough about it. I've had it one time, and I don't remember being blown away by it one way or the other, but I also don't remember disliking it. So the fact that it's at 25 kind of bums me out because I do remember not disliking it, if that makes sense. There are going to be burger places on this list I remember disliking the burger, so that's a bummer. Steak and Shake falls below that. Number 24, Checkers/Rallies. There are a lot of Rallies in Lexington, Kentucky. I have not tried one yet. And coming in at number 24, that's going to be tough. Now, the next one on this list at number 23 blows my mind because to me, it is a top 5 burger, and that is Carl's Jr. What happened there? What happened there? I am very much under the opinion that a Carl's Jr. hamburger is the most reminiscent to a backyard barbecue hamburger that you can find. I believe that. And I'm bummed out about it. They're messy burgers. They always have a lot of condiments dripping all over the place. I have that in a backyard. Go watch backyard barbecue commercials or a music video at the backyard barbecue. There's always sauce dripping around because that's part of a backyard barbecue. We like that. And yet Carl's Jr.'s gets absolutely snubbed here at 23. So that's unacceptable rating right there. Let's move on. Number 22. Couldn't believe this was this low. Wendy's. Wendy's, that's a crazy one. I think Wendy's is one of the places that does fresh patties. So that was a crazy one to me. I am not a Wendy's guy. So for me personally, again, trying to be unbiased, for me personally, this is okay. But I would understand at 22, that one's shaking some feathers the wrong way. Number 21, Fat Burger. I have no thoughts on it. I don't like Fat Burger, so sorry. Number 20, White Castle. Shout out to my guy Big Red, Nathan from my work. This is a kid who came into work on day 1 last fall. His name is Nathan. Somebody called him Nate, and he didn't correct them, and now we all call him Nate. His badge says Nate. His email is Nate. And then months later, he's like, yeah, my name's Nathan. His favorite burger spot is White Castle. So you can, if you don't know about White Castle, that's the kind of person who likes White Castle. He's probably one of my favorite people I've ever worked with, but he's going by a fake name at my work. I can't take him serious. Burger King at number 19. I love a Whopper. I'm not even going to argue with this one. People hate Burger King. I love a Whopper. So that one bumps me out personally at number 19. I'm looking at burgers above this, and I know that I like a Whopper way more than their featured burger. I'm seeing one coming up, though, that blows my mind that it was available to be voted on, and it's low. We'll get to that. Number 18, Sonic. Love Sonic. Bummed it's there. Number 17, McDonald's. I just had a Big Mac last week. They're really good. I am willing to, as an adult, come out and say that there's going to be a lot of burgers on this list that deserve to be above McDonald's. Nostalgia plays a big factor for McDonald's in me. I'm willing to accept the fact it is not as good of a burger as some of these other ones, even though I personally like it more. Number 16, Smash Burger. Know nothing about it. Number 15, Wahlburgers. Know nothing about it. I'm assuming that's Mark Wahlberg and the gang, their burgers. I know nothing about it. Number 14, Whataburger. Heard of it, never tried it. Number 13, BurgerFi. It's the first time I've ever said that word out loud. Number 12, this has moved way up my list, Cookout. Cookout is an amazing fast food establishment where they get you a ton of food for a low price, and I feel like their portion size is big. So I've had the Cookout hamburgers. Here's the problem. I don't remember if I loved the hamburger or not, because both times I went, I got a quesadilla as the side and a milkshake. And so it kind of was mixed in with a little bit of excess chaos. The milkshake kind of took center stage. There's a quesadilla involved. So it was kind of hard to just focus on the burger. Cookout number 12. Number 11, Jack in the Box, another just big-time snub. Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box should be way higher on this list. Looking up at the burgers that are coming up, I know for a fact that a Carl's Jr. burger and a Jack in the Box burger, just pound for pound, are better burgers, taking nostalgia out of it, right? I'm willing to admit a nostalgia with Burger King and McDonald's, and I know there's some nostalgia with Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box, which is why I would have them way up high. But without that, just plain old taste, Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box got ripped off in this list. Number 10, and the fact that this is eligible as a burger spot and is number 10 is insane. Because as soon as I saw that they were eligible and on this list, the fact they aren't number 1 makes me worried for the people who do reviews on Yelp. Red Robin. What are we doing here? So you're going to tell me right now, and I'm looking at the list, you're going to tell me that the burgers from these fast food spots coming up are better than the Red Robin burgers that are cooked in like a more real kitchen with so many options? This is insane. Red Robin is the king on this list of burgers. Should not be eligible for this because I wouldn't call them a burger chain. I'd kind of call them a restaurant chain. The fact they're on the list and are number 10 is outstandingly wild. Okay. They should be number 1. Number 9, Mooyah Burgers, Fries, and Shakes. Never heard of it. There's no way there's many of these. See, this is my other thing. They're these chains, and Mooyah Burgers, let's see if I can pull it up here. A lot of times they have, their website doesn't even work. Okay, now I got through. Their main website wasn't working. Let's see, view locations. It looks like they're in a handful of states. It's one of those maps where if you have to actually type in a zip code, and then it will tell you, like, there's none next to you. So I'm seeing some in Illinois, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. I believe they're in Texas and a bunch in Texas. There's New Mexico. I'm not going to answer that right now. Can't do it. Okay. Let's see here. What else we got? Number 8, Wayback Burgers. Never heard of it. Number 7, Five Guys. I'm not a Five Guys guy, but I will give them a shout out because a lot of people that I know love Five Guys. Hang on, I got to respond to this. I got to send a text real quick. Why? I don't know why my wife is calling. I'm going to just make sure things are okay. Let's see. Podcast. What's up? Recording podcast. What's up? All right. Okay. Number 6, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. This is a beloved restaurant by guys I work with. I'd never heard of Freddy's until I moved to Lexington. It's beloved by the guys I work with. So I've gone there a couple times. It's not that great. It's not that great. The burgers aren't that great. The burgers are not bad. See, so this is the differentiator. They are not bad burgers, but they are not great burgers. And so right now, we're at number 6 and up. These need to be great burgers. They need when you put one of these burgers in your mouth, they need to change the way you think about burgers. Freddy's does not do that. Freddy's has great milkshakes. This is not a milkshake list. Okay, top 5. Here we go. Let's start out with this one that I am saying for the very first time, Islands Restaurants. What is Islands? Islands Restaurants. It is in, let's see here. Islands is a casual dining restaurant chain that specializes in burgers. Their tropical-themed restaurants are decorated to evoke the Hawaiian concept of ohana, which means family. Despite being known for their burgers and fries, various other types of food are also offered, such as tacos, chicken sandwiches, and multiple entree salads. They are based in Carlsbad, California, and it looks like they are pretty much a California-based restaurant where they had some in Nevada and Hawaii, and a bunch of them looks like they might have shut down. They might have shut down during COVID. So this is kind of a bummer because it's not not like a big enough chain to make a list like this. I understand you're not going to be readily available everywhere, but you need to be readily available in a majority of places in the United States to be a top 5 burger. I'm sorry, you have to. You got to be out there. So like there's one coming up I'd never heard of. The number 2 on this list I've never heard of. And I looked it up because I'm like, okay, this is going to be in one state. It's not. It's around the US. They're all over. So that made me feel better. Still never been there or heard of it, but there's a bunch of them. Okay, number 4 on the list. Oh, by the way, number 5, that Islands Restaurants. I like the idea of Hawaiian. Maybe kind of cool. Number 4, Culver's. Been there one time. Thought it was going to be a fish place. For some reason, Culver's to me sounds like Skipper's or some kind of fish restaurant, and it wasn't. And it was really expensive, and I don't remember the burger changing the way I thought about the world. So Culver's number 4. I can just tell you right now, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr. have more burger options, better burgers. I can tell you this, Red Robin stomps on Culver's head every day of the week. Culver's, number 4. We're in the top 3 now. Number 3 is Shake Shack. I'm not going to talk bad about Shake Shack because some of the people I love the most love it. I've never been there. But I think Barrett, and I think Darnay, and I think my wife are all big Shake Shack people. So I have not found myself in a position to go to Shake Shack as a let's go to Shake Shack situation, right? I've never been near one where it's just like knee-jerk, go to Shake Shack. I need to try it. So I can't knock it at number 3 because people that I really like love it. So it might belong there. Sorry, that's a hole in my burger knowledge. Number 2, there's just no way this is right. Habit Burger Grill. Habit Burger Grill? What the heck is Habit Burger Grill? So I looked at this place. They are along the East Coast, all along the East Coast. They're all over California. There's a few in Washington. I think there might be one in Portland, which maybe I can convince the boys this week to. Where is this one? If it's in Portland, I might try to convince Jeremy to go to the Habit Burger and Grill with me this week. Jeremy, are we going to Habit Burger and Grill this week? Maybe. But they're kind of all over, so I'm going to give them some love there. But I've never heard of it before. Now, I'm looking at their menu. They've got char burgers, which that I'm in on. Okay, because that makes me think of Jack in the Box. That makes me think of Carl's Jr., who have great burgers. And they've got the original char burger, the double char. They've got a Santa Barbara. They've got a char burger with cheese, double char with cheese, portobello char, barbecue, bacon char, teriyaki char. Okay. I don't know about this place, but I love a spot that has a good array of burgers, okay? A lot of different combos of their burgers. So I want to be mad about this because I've never heard of it until today. I've never been to one, and the only opportunity I'm going to have to go with one is with Jeremy this weekend over by Portland, okay? I want to be mad about it. I'm going to be hopeful that maybe somebody comments and says the Habit Burger Grill is amazing. And number 1 is In-N-Out. Now, I'm not an In-N-Out person. That stems from one thing. I don't like their fries at all. I've been there a handful of times, and I always fall on your fries stink. And this is where my problem with In-N-Out is, because the people I know who love In-N-Out are people that I really respect, and I need to understand they're not going to lead me astray when it comes to a good burger. But the fries are so bad at In-N-Out that they affect the burger. That's such a bad place to put yourself in In-N-Out. You just need to get rid of fries. Fries need to be off your menu. You need to not have them. Because I'm betting people like me who hate their fries, and there's a lot of us, if we went in and there were no fries and we just ate the burger, we would leave going, that was an amazing burger. But instead, the fries suck so much that I don't even know what the burger tastes like when I leave because I'm so mad about the crappy fries that I just ate. So that's where In-N-Out struggles, is that guys like me who are smart enough to understand the fries are terrible will never know if the burger's good. But enough people love In-N-Out that I respect it being number one on this list, and I'm not really going to argue it too much because of how many people love it. And so that is a, those people, like everyone who loves In-N-Out just don't understand French fries, which is fine. That's a fine place to be. All that said, Red Robin should be number one, no doubt about it. Their burgers are better than In-N-Out's one burger. Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box got snubbed on this one, big time snub. They should be way higher. I might need to revisit Five Guys and check him out. I need to revisit Culver's and check him out. I need to go to Shake Shack and try it. And then, man, I might need to go back to Steak and Shake, considering it's number 25, and see if that burger is as crappy as they say it is. All right, there's your burger stuff. Where's your burger place? Where did your burger place land on this list? Go ahead and comment on it on YouTube or on Spotify, and let me know, where did your burger place land on the list, and are you okay with it? Are you okay with where it sits?
Kelly's, what are you into?
I've got $1 million idea for someone real quick because we are way past our 15 minutes. Real quick. Inventors. I've got a baby and I've had 3 babies. 2 of them are grown up. 1 of them is not. And each one of them had a problem with the same thing. If there is a remote control in the room and you are trying to watch TV, they will sniff it out immediately. I don't know what it is with babies. They will, the thing in the room that they can't touch, they find and they latch onto, and it is like the only thing they care about. Okay, so you'll have a ton of toys. We'll have a situation where there's a ton of toys scattered on the floor, and the TV remote, and I'm watching like an NBA game or I'm watching something, is on the couch. Woods will bypass all these toys that are made for kids, and he'll go straight to this remote control, and he'll grab it and change the channel or turn the TV off or something. It's every single time. They are a magnet. And all my kids were like this. They're a magnet to remote controls. All children are. So what I need an inventor out there to take a normal baby's toy, a toy. Buy your baby a baby's toy today if you have a baby and give it to them. They don't like it. So why we're making babies' toys the way we are, I don't know. They will look at it for a second, put it in their mouth, throw it away. They'll never touch it again. Make the television remote look like a baby's toy. You're welcome, world. You're welcome for somebody making $1 million right now. Make the TV remote look like a baby's toy. Your baby will never touch it, ever, in 1,000,000 years. Because they don't play with toys. They only play with the things they're not supposed to play with, which is electronics that the grown-ups are supposed to have. So that's all. And make baby toys look like outlets. Like, make baby toys that look like wall outlets, or like phone chargers, or that are cell phones, or that look like a TV remote. And not like a kid's version. Make them look like an adult version. As soon as you get your baby it's a TV remote, but it looks like a Fisher-Price version, they don't care. They want one that's an LG. That's what they want. So you go ahead and make a TV remote that looks like a tiny baby toy. It will never get touched. You will always have access to it. Amen. Have a great day.